Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Again we are with MRC and the Gran Turismo Touring Car Championship. This is race 2 of round 4 from Dragon Trail International Raceway, and this is the seaside layout. As it's been race 2 excuse me, like we know, this is a reverse grid from round 1. So we'll just take a dive on down to the grid and see where people line up and what tyres we're running for the first stint of race 2. So on pole in the Audi TT we have Diablo, he's running a Super Softs. In second we've got Infinity Decals, he is also running a Super Softs. In third we've got Ginger Imposter, he's running a Racing Softs. We'll be looking for a good launch here. You'll start better than the two cars in front, so we'll be looking to grab first probably as quick as he can. In fourth we've got Has91, he's running the softs on the front, Super Softs on the rear. Fifth we've got P1 Apache, he's running softs on the front, Super Softs on the rear. In sixth we've got Walmud, he's running the Super Softs all round. In seventh we've got Mutt, he's running softs on the front, Super Softs on the rear. In 8th we've got Surfer Ev, he's running softs all round. 9th we've got Mendel Mike, he's running softs on the front, Super Softs on the rear. In 10th we've got Terrence, he's running Super Softs all round. In 11th we've got Fisho running softs all round. 12th we've got Ghost Realm running softs on the front, Super Softs on the rear. Another guy will be looking to make a great launch in his McLaren and hop a lot of these slow starting front wheel drives. And in 13th we've got a CJW Racing, a race winner from round 1, running softs all round. So that's our lineup for race 2 of round 4 here at Dragon Trail Seaside. We'll head on down to the front and join them as the lights go out. Join the guys at the front now as we see the revs building. And, oh, we've got a false start from Diablo. What a nightmare for him as a false start. Can everyone miss him? Everybody just gets round him. Absolute nightmare start for the race for Diablo. He goes from first to last place before he crosses the line. Ginger Imposter has got a massive launch in his McLaren. Look who else has got an amazing start. We've got Ghost Realm. He's jumped all the way from 12th up to 4th. Same with Mendel Mike. He's come from 9th to 5th. These cars are definitely way better at starting than these front wheel drives. Now if you run dailies or anything, you know that Seaside has become a bit of a front wheel drive hunting ground. They are very powerful, very OP around here. But I myself and a couple of others I know of have run the McLaren Red here and even matched and beat the FFs Red here, so it'll be an interesting race to see how it pans out. It's just see Ghost Realm losing the back end, which with the cold tyres there held the slide quite well, but he's got Terrence crawling all over the back of him. As we see Ginger Imposter coming down towards the hairpin right, he's just holding off a bit of a lock up there, but he's holding off that fast RCZ and the TT of Infinity Decals. As we head down towards the chicken of death for the first time. Excuse me, how many is the chicken going to claim today? The first 3 are through. Oh, I think Ghost Realm just got annihilated. He did. The chicken has claimed his first victim. Oh, and he unghosts at a horrible time, which collects Diablo and Chris. It mainly got Chris, so Chris with front and rear damage. That's just an example of poor ghosting mechanics that we have in Gran Turismo Sport. But Bailey, the Ghost Realm, doing the honourable thing. He knew he'd cause trouble to the guys behind, so just backs off. So from an absolutely blinding start from 12th up to 2nd, he's now up to 4th, sorry, he's now slap bang last, so all to do all over again. Ginger's just holding off the TT of Infinity Decals. The TT is an absolute beast with the updates it's had lately, but I for one, I've said in a couple of videos, refuse to drive them. I don't like the way they handle. I don't like the way you have to drive them. I'll rather go in something like the McLaren and have to drive the wheels off it to trying to keep these absolute OP cars at bay. As we see, Ginge is doing pretty well with so far. If he just keep his braking right now down, he just locks up the rear there slightly. Infinity Decal's going for the switchback. Can he make it work? He's up alongside. They're gonna go side by side through the first chicane. Infinity Decals has just crept in front. Little bit of touching, another little bit of touching, but they managed to make it through. Oh, they make it through the check-in. Okay. Metal Mike doing well in the background. He's got half a second penalty though. That Jag's quite powerful, but she does take a time to get up to speed, so that could be the kitty heel of the Jag around here. Not the best acceleration, but she has a very good top end. See Terrence and Woolmid battling through the final turn. Down onto this very long start finish straight on the way down to the first chicane. The 3-4 Scirocco's there running 7th to 10th. Diablo and CJW battling at the back, and we got Ghost Ram caught back up with him. It's going to be quite difficult for him to get past now, these two battling in front, filling the track. So you see Ghost Ram now trying to make a move on Diablo and gets it done. Infinity Decals is now past Ginge Imposter into first, and also P1 Apache. They got past Ginge, probably down the start finish straight there, because that's where the McLaren's going to suffer against these. But through this section, as you can see, he's challenging back against the RCs there. Through this section, the McLaren is so much stronger with his turn-in ability. Just much more balanced car than those FFs. Although I am biased, like I said, I hate the FFs. Oh, we see Ginge has been claimed by the chicken. Woolmid also smacking the outside wall through there, so Ginge pulls right out the way. That lets the two TTs of Woolmid and Terrence through. Terrence is also ahead of Woolmid, with Woolmid losing the momentum after collecting the wall on the exit of the chicken. And now Ginge is under massive pressure from Fisho and Mutt in the two Scirocco's. They're surrounding him. Fisho is already past as they start lap 4, and we've got Mutt is going to come through. If Ginge can force, he's lost it there now. Let's see if he could force his way into the slipstream of Fisho, he might have had a shot at defending against Mutt, but without it, he was a sitting duck really there. So not going well for Ginge at the moment. He's heading backwards, but he's fighting against Mutt to try and reclaim that spot. He takes a massive bit of curb, hops it to the left. Surfer Evan has 91 looking to get involved in this in front. Has with the wipers going as normal. He loves it. I think he's sponsored by must be sponsored by Valio wipers or something. He likes wearing, showing how durable those wiper rubbers are. Got Chris up in 11th now. Oh, we see Dab having a massive moment there at the top of the S's. Throwing a bit of dirt on the track now. Guys will have to be wary of that next time they come around. As we see Ghost Ram making a look down into the hairpin. And that's him through up to 11th now, chasing after the Scirocco pile in front. Oh, we see somebody annihilating the wall again. I think it was maybe Ginge hit the wall, but I think Mutt also hit it, because they've both been caught now by Surfer Ev, and has give Mutt a little bit of helping hand into the overtake there. As we see, Has is jumping in the pits already. It's a very early stop for him. Wasn't too worn them fronts, but he's gone in very early, maybe looking just to get some free air and get out of the battles. So we're on lap 5. We'll take a run through the grid now as we kind of settle down a little bit. Infinity Decals is out in the lead in the TT, running well so far. taking advantage of other people's mistakes. Building up a nice lovely gap to P1 Apache in second. And you got a little train of Wall Mid third, followed by Terrence, followed by Mental Mike and V-Show. Mental Mike trying to put that Jag right up between all these front wheel drives. Ginger Poster is now in 7th after falling back from being in the lead of the race. Surfer Ev in 8th, we got Mutt now sitting in 9th. CJW now in 10th, back ahead of Ghost Ram in 11th. Diablo is in 12th and Haz is in 13th after his pit stop. Oh, Mike gets collected by the chicken. He's right in the line of the traffic there, but I think we've lost Mike there. Yeah, Mike has retired the car. Hopefully there wasn't a helping hand in that, and that's a little bit of a rage quit. Hopefully that's just a rage quit more at the circuit. Or maybe something just happened. Might be just be drop off connection, because I know it's been quite dodgy lately. We won't assume anything. We got Terrence and V-Show now battling out through the first chicane. A little bit of wheel banging there. V-Show tucked right in behind them. Pretty sure these two cars are built on near enough the same chassis. Nudge there from V-Show. Oh, Terrence gets it out onto the gravel, and it's game over there for that battle. Doesn't lose too many places, but he's about to be swarmed by the Scirocco train behind if he's not careful. Yeah, sturdy tyres there, can't stop it for the hairpin. The two Sciroccos plus CJW and his TT go through. Now you've got Ghost Ram's going to be looking to get through before the Chicken of Death. No, he's not going to. He's going to have to give. Somebody's going to have to give. He can't go too wide through there. That was complete balls to the walls racing there. They're both actually lucky to make it through. I wouldn't recommend going too wide through the Chicken, but they made it through. We're now 10 minutes into this 30-minute race, and Infinity Decals is trying to check out at the front. He's pulling a nice gap back now. Walmid's actually got past Apache in the RCZ, and you can see why the RCZ is chewing up his front tyres a little bit more, being a bigger car. It's probably why. The more weight pushing it into a corner as he's trying to turn and accelerate all with the same axle. So Walmid now up in the second ahead of Apache. V-Show up into fourth. James has dropped off too far now. He's back up into fifth, but coming through the field nicely, just going about his work quite quietly is put my teeth back in. CJW Racing. Chris Walley's really come through the field quite well. We're on lap 7 and he's up into 6th. Remember, Chris run race 1, so he started dead last in this race, so he's going about it nicely. He's ahead of Surfer Ev and Mutt and the two Sciroccos. They have been nose and tail through this whole race. And you've got Ghost Ram in the Hydra edition of the Monster McLaren. He finished second in race 1, so he's just trying to stay with Chris and go through. But he's had a couple of moments, especially through that Chicken. Diablo, and then in 10th. Haz is in 11th after a very early pit stop from Haz. Possibly maybe going to maybe 3 stop, because he stopped around the 7-minute mark, which was confusing. He was on the softs and he's jumped over to the super softs, unless he just felt the softs weren't giving him enough grip. As he just set the fastest lap of the race then. Yeah, he did. 1:44.8. Terence is now at the back. He's also gone on for new boots, so he'll be running a 2-stop, by the looks of it. And you'll probably see a lot more of these front runners now. I mean, those tyres are pretty much shot on the front of that TT. Woolman's got better tyres, that's why he seems to be catching Infinity decals now. He'll need to be looking to come in at the end of this lap, otherwise he's possibly going to lose way too much time. To the TT of Walmart behind. Looking at that tyre where you might see some of these guys on the super softs jump over to the softs. If they're doing a 1-stop, you kind of want a bit more tyre coming to the end of the race, end of the race than currently on Infinity Decal's car. As you see him dive into the pits, Walmart's going to keep going for one more lap. She's going to try and do the overcut. V-Show is heading in. Ginger Posta's carried on. Apache's also headed into the pits. Now that's the advantage the McLaren has over those front wheel drive. Look at the tyres on his compared to, and he is running softs, I know, but it just doesn't wear as much as those front wheel drive. Mark's now up to 3rd, he's also running softs. Ghost Ram now up to 4th. So CJW's also jumped in. Infinity Decal's now in 5th, right behind Ghost Ram. As we've just seen running a bit wider than it was out of the chicane. Or it could have been V-Show on his cold tyres. Apache in 8th. CJW now 10 in 9th. Terence in 10th. Tableau 11th. And we got Surfer Ev in 12th. He's now separated from Mud because he's pitted before him. He's gone straight back onto the softs. So imagine we'll see Walmart in this lap. He may push one more, but I think you'd start to lose too much time if you tried one more lap. So it's the guessing game you play with yourself in these races. Do you pit now? Do you wait? And if you do wait, do you wait a little bit more? How much time am I losing? Am I gaining time or losing time? And all that while trying to steer the car around the track as quick as possible. It's could be a bit of a head melter races. You see Walmart going in now, a little bit of lag from him there. So inheriting the race lead again is Ginge Imposter. Let's see the gap he has back to. So 8-second gap back to Infinity Decal. So if he can still pump in decent laps. 146 is 147, so he is dropping off from his fastest lap there. That was 145. Infinity Decals can't be 8 seconds behind. That must have been a pit glitch. Yeah, he's 3 seconds behind. Walmart's dropped to 3rd. So it's all about how much time he's going to be losing now to this guy on fresh super softs. And I would say, looking at this, he's losing chunks of time a sector. Yeah, down 2.3 already. So as we see, Ginge there shifting halfway. The main strength of this McLaren is its fuel saving ability, where you have to change half revs to keep in the torque curve. You lose too much torque and power if you take it past that. So she'll save a lot of fuel if you have a race where fuel is a factor. Now they're not in these races. We only run tyre where there's no fuel usage, so kind of a bit of a shame there. The McLaren can't shine at its best ability, but still a very handy car, very nice to drive. Like can just be frustrating with the power sometimes. As we see Ginge diving in, so Infinity Decals is back in the lead. Woolman's not too far behind, so didn't lose a massive amount. Where is Ginge gonna re-emerge? So Visho's now up in the third, Apache is through the fourth, CJW's through the fifth, Ginge come out in sixth, probably about to be seventh as Terence has got massive overspeed on him. That's Terence up in the seventh, but he's struggling to get us slowed down through the chicane. Might give Ginge a look back through. It does, but Ginge just took a little bit too much curve, which allowed Terence to have another look back through, but he kept the foot planted and he's through. Great racing from the two fellas there. Nice and tight, but clean. As we see that TT now tucked right in behind that McLaren's wing. We'll jump on board with Terence here as he's chasing down Ginge, and you just see the power difference between them. Now it sort of evens out as they head down to the braking zone. Great position of the car there by Ginge. Imposter just completely claims the corner. Terence had nowhere to go, just has to rebuild again. Although he's got to be careful because look behind there in the mirror. Diablo and a trailer car's behind Diablo just waiting to jump through. Diablo's got a much better run through the chicane there. See him darting about in the mirrors. Terence doesn't have a little bit of a look at Ginge here, but Ginge locks up the inside rear. Terence is going for the pit. Sorry, a little bit of technical difficulties with the cameras. So still out in the lead is Infinity Decals. He's stretching it now from Walmart. Both on the same tire compound. Walmart's just a little bit fresher. We've got Visho in third now. We're entering the last third of the race, so we'll see if these guys can keep these tires till the end of the race and keep the pace up. CJW in fourth, being followed by P1 Apache very closely in his RCZ. And we've got Ginge in sixth, fighting off Diablo and Mutt at the moment. It's not really what he wants. He wants to be looking forward, not looking backwards, but his mirror is full of TT at the minute. As we see Ginge and Apache, Diablo, sorry, running wide there as Diablo followed him all the way out. That gave Mutt a little bit of a look up, but the door was slammed firmly shut in his face. Are they all going to make it through the chicken? It can be difficult to follow this close through the chicken as you lose a bit of car stability, but they all make it through. Just to make me look like an absolute pleb in what I'm saying. Diablo looking to go around the outside there, but nothing doing. Ginge holds the line and keeps the power on. If Diablo dives out of the slipstream early, he's trying to get a move done before this little right kink. Technically is turn one. Mutt's also trying to follow the TT through, and he does. Both of them through on the start finish straight. Although Ginge gets back up the inside through the first part of the chicane, would he be able to hold it on the exit? He does. That's Ginge back up into seventh. Great little battle here going on between these guys, and slowly but surely joining the back of this is Ghost Realm. So the guys at the back, I see Mutt dives through on Ghost Realm, never runs wide. Ghost Realm takes it back. These two both swapping and changing, but Ghost Realm and Surfer Ever just creeping up behind. If they're not careful, they'll get absolutely mugged by these two if they're too busy focusing on their battle in front. This is where you have to have like 2 or 3 sets of eyes looking, one looking forward, one looking back, and the other one's looking all around you. Another good defensive positioning there from Ginge into the hairpin. Mutt tried to do the switchback but didn't quite get it. Let's go through the check-in. Oh, Mutt just clatters the wall there. Ghost Rob has to take a void in action. Just squeezes between Mutt and the barrier, so Mutt has lost the position there through the check-in. As we see, Infinity Decals is back in the pits. Walmart now up into first. V-Show up in the second. Because CJW is now in third. Apache up in the fourth. Diablo fifth. Ginge is in sixth. Infinity Decals. Sorry, it's jumped two there. So Mutt and Ghost Ram have also jumped ahead of Infinity Decals. Maybe this is a chink in Infinity Decals' strategy. With less than 7 minutes to go now, he is down in ninth from first, but he's going to have super fresh, super softs. Can he just pick people off as he goes through? He's already passed Ghost Ram. He's also taken Surfer F with him. Surfer F tucking into the slipstream there. So they were going to go too wide there, but they all slot in behind Infinity Decals. So it'll be interesting there to see the run that Infinity Decals is going to try and put through the field, as everybody's on aging tyres. He's on brand new super softs. But it's all on this guy now. He just needs to pump in lap after lap and avoid any incidents at the check-in at all costs. V-Show has had a very decent race, gone about his business quite quietly. And this man, all the way from last, is now up into third. A decent gap back to the battling pack, so he just needs to keep on being consistent with his lap times and pull away from this battling pack behind. As we see Diablo getting past Apache, a little bit of a wheel bang there, but we're still all going in a straight line. Ginge Imposter trying to jump in the slipstream and get past it. Maybe dove out a little bit early there. Matt is also trying to join in on this, and then Infinity Decals already up to 8th. So if he can make short work of this group, he can really get on, and he's already getting up alongside Apache. He's actually passed Apache now. He's going to have the inside line, so one corner in and he's already past this battling group. Oh, that was a bit of a lunge. He's past Ginge Imposter, but that was a, was a bit of a send there. Looked a little bit to me, I'm not a steward or anything, but looked a little bit to me like a push to pass. If Ginge wasn't there, Infinity Decals was never making that corner, but maybe just slightly outbraked himself. Obviously he knows himself, he needs to get past these cars. As we've seen in these races, he's not a dirty driver, so I would say it's just an accident, just a racing incident, and away on we go. As he's starting to crawl all over the back of Mutt now. We'll jump on board with Infinity Decals here as we enter into the chicken. He's got a slightly better exit than the Scirocco. Mutt is starting to go defensive, but can Infinity Decals hang it around the outside? He does brake later. He is on the power and he's through. Fantastic move from Infinity Decals there into the final corner. That's Infinity Decals now up to 4th, so maybe he can make this work. He's bypassed 5 cars very quickly, and he's now going to be looking to hunt down CJW if he can break away from these guys behind. Ideally he needs Ginge and Diablo to start harassing Mutt, which they are actually doing now. They'll start to make Mutt go more defensive, and Infinity Decals can just break away. Waldman though still being consistent with his times. Just you can see the tyre wear starting to take effect and knock them down a little bit, as we're just over 2 minutes left of this race, so 2 laps left. Visho also very consistent with his times. Again, just the tyre wear is starting to take effect on that Scirocco, and front left taking a bit of a pounding now. Same story for CJW as well, but this man is on fresh tyres and he's looking to charge after these guys ahead. He's left the group behind him now. I'm pretty sure for one of the earlier races I questioned one of Infinity Decals' strategies, and it worked out quite well for him. He seems to be a strategic master. Where are we at time-wise? He is 2.74 back at the start of lap 17. Could be maybe too much of an ask, but if he can get it on the podium, it'll be a great run from Infinity Decals. Equally, Chris will want to stay on the podium CJW Racing after starting from dead last after his win in round 1. Try and take the maximum points he can out of the 2 rounds. Down to 2.33, so he's taking little bits out of him, but not much so far. Although physically he does look like he's gaining, but time-wise it's still pretty static between the two of them. These guys are going to be on the final lap, so everybody's actually going to be on the final lap. So Warmer's going to come across to take first place. A great run from him. A flash of the lights and a wiggle across the line. Visho coming home in second with a little victory wiggle of his own. Chris has actually been caught quite a bit by Infinity that lap, but Chris comes home in third. Infinity Decals with a handbrake across the line in fourth. Matt and Ginge finishing in 5th and 6th, Ghost Realm in 7th, Surfer Ev 8th, Az in 9th, Terrence in 10th, Apache in 11th, and Diablo coming across in 12th.